Hello and welcome to Council Conversations. It's my pleasure to share this opportunity to introduce you to the men and women who serve as our elected body and represent you, the residents of Greensboro. Join us as we take you outside the four walls of this council chamber and visit different locations throughout our great city that represent initiatives of particular interest to our city council. Again, welcome to Council Conversations. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Council Conversations. This day I have the opportunity to sit down with Councilman Jamal Fox. We're here in downtown Greensboro in front of the Union Square campus, which is quite the development and quite the investment on the city's part. It's a conglomeration of sorts with local business and many of our local universities trying to give opportunities for those interested in the nursing or medical field. So tell us, how important is it for the city to be partners with a project like this in these public-private partnerships?
Well, I'll tell you, public-private partnerships are what really helps, communities grow. And this, to have a nursing program and an institution downtown, and what you look at, most major cities across the nation have some level of a nursing program or some institution downtown. And so it's able to really showcase our downtown in a different area, especially where, Gate City Boulevard, we renamed the road and all the exciting things. You look at the park we're sitting at here, the new church, New Zion, is getting ready to have its first grand opening in a few weeks. So this is an exciting time right here in the city.
And this is part of District 2, which is the district that you represent. So it's always nice to see development, and as you're saying, economic development is a very key part of what you're trying to promote for your district.
Yeah, economic development is number one. A lot of people want jobs. And so we've seen over the course of the last 2 years, almost 2.5 years now, that when I came in, we had 13% unemployment. We're down at 7% as of this January. So the things that we're doing, investing back into the community, partnering with local businesses and institutions, trying to find that level of leverage where we can bring some federal dollars in to put people back to work, try to find a good balance and mixture of workforce development agencies to come in and help retrain, retool people for the jobs that we have now and the jobs that we will get in the future.
Excellent. And the location where we are today, it's nice to visit Old Ashboro Park. I haven't been here, so this was a nice location that you selected for us. This property, the park, the concept, it was donated to the city 10 years ago with a very specific purpose in mind, which was to focus on children.
Yeah, the big thing is focusing on children and also give us a nice park downtown. And also we have nice art that was donated, and Mr. Gallucci and my colleague Nancy Hoffman helped bring the art here. This really helps just open up this area, provides opportunity for folks in the Old Ashboro, Martin Luther King area to actually come and sit down and enjoy our downtown, read a book, play around, go over there and the construction is going on over at the church in New Zion, which is really exciting, and they're getting ready to start on phase 2 over there. So this is what community looks like when we talk about quality of life and giving back and make sure that it's something for our youngsters in the community. That's what it's about.
Speaking of quality of life and our youngsters and just the overall look and feel of the community that you live in, greenways are a really big portion of the landscape throughout the city of Greensboro. In fact, we probably have the most greenways in the state of North Carolina. I've counted approximately 10 since my arrival, being that the whole purpose of the Greenway is to protect the environment, but also give people new ways of getting from one place of the city to another. How have you seen the impact of greenways taking shape in District 2?
Oh, significant. You know, when you talk about the Greenway, we need to finish the Greenway, and that way you get around the center city and connect to other communities. So you have the connection piece with other neighborhoods, which we don't have that right now. And then you also look at jobs and economic development. A lot of people want to be close to the Greenway. A lot of people want to work out. I've seen people bike. I've seen people exercise. And right now in our district, we have a motto about eating healthy, living healthy, staying healthy. And so the Greenway helps us meet that motto in our district.
Okay, and speaking of eating healthier, it is summertime, which is usually a challenging time for some of the children in our community, and the summer feeding program will address some of their needs. And you're a big proponent of the food desert. So tell us a little bit about summer feeding program.
Well, it's a big thing. You know, we put together a community food task force over a year ago. We pushed forth a food access plan, and all we do, we go into all rec centers across the city. We get churches, nonprofits, other business entities that want to come out and help us prepare food and then transport it to the rec centers or the schools to help provide and give out to the community. Last year we did over 53,000 meals that was provided last summer, and we're hoping to match that or double it this coming year, this summer. And so it's an opportunity, because when you look at it, a lot of our young people, when school is over, they don't have a meal from Friday to Monday, and summertime, that's when we step up and we ask organizations, fraternities, churches, and all folks to help us provide that meal for that individual. So by the time summer is over and they get back in school, well, they'll have that meal each and every day. And while we're doing that, also we're talking to the families that don't have jobs and try to figure out what can we do to help the family. And so it's an overall arching family outlook that we're trying to reach.
With 50,000+ meals that you've been able to supply, speaking with the families, what is their response and their reaction to this program?
Oh, they're excited. I tell you, last year, I was at Peeler, and a family came up in a van full. They had all their bags and clothes and bags sitting in the van, and all of them in there. And they was asking, you know, where do we get food at? And we told them it's inside, and they just said, thank you, because we didn't know where our next meal was going to come from. And then they said, is the pool open? Because they want to take advantage of the pool at the rec center. And that touched me on so many levels, and I had a chance to sit and talk to the two parents that had all their kids in this van. And she said, you know, I lost my job and we sleep in the van. And so just seeing, you know, a family, we had two families sleeping in this van, you know, it should touch anybody and should make anybody want to do more for our community. And so, you know, that pushed us even more. So, you know what we're doing is a great thing. And then the feedback from them saying that they appreciate it and they look forward to this to help them. It's not a handout, it's just a hand up to help them get on their way.
And I think projects taking us back to where we are at Union Square certainly fit into that model to create opportunities within the community for those who live here to better themselves, get more education, better training, and better jobs.
Oh, most definitely. And when you look at, this is just phase one. This is the first step, the first building that we move forward with. And like I said, it's a partnership, but we have more land in and around that. It's going to be mixed use. We got to bring some other businesses down here and focus on small businesses, and then we also need rooftops. So it's going to be some mixed units where you can live on the bottom or live upstairs and work on the bottom, or vice versa. So we're going to see transformation in this area like we've never seen before. And it's a great time to live in these surrounding communities. It's a great time to live in the city, where you look at just in this district and the other districts around, so much, over 300-400 million being plugged in downtown, and our district has a piece of that pie. And you know, and that's awesome, and we're excited about it. But this is just scratching the surface. We're not done. There's so much more that we want to do and accomplish.
Okay, well, we will continue our council conversations. Thank you, Councilman Fox. We will be checking in with you again as more of these projects come to reality and come from blueprints to actual buildings that we can walk in and see. And we thank you for taking time out to be with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Council Conversations. Stay tuned for future conversations with some of our other members of the Greensboro City Council. We'll see you next time.